Take a bow, Alex. Eala goes down, Vows better showing. Eala acknowledged she still has ways to go after suffering a 0-6, 2-6 loss to world number 4 Coco Gauff in the quarterfinal of the Dubai Tennis Championships last Friday. The world number 47 Eala said she needs to close the gap against Grand Slam champions as she continues to compete in high-level Women's Tennis Association (W) competitions. Eala is expected to reach a new career best rank of number 32 in the coming days after making it as far as the quarterfinal in Dubai. But all things aside, I think there is still definitely a gap between me and Coco and the other players of her caliber. I think she did great and my job is to try and close that gap, Eala said. I think I am doing that quite well, so I'll keep working on it and hopefully next time we'll be a bit of a fighter. Gauff, who joined forces with Eala in the women's doubles of the Italian Open last May, had nothing but praise for Eala and the passionate Filipino crowd cheering her on. I think tennis needs more of this. I think it's great, and just to see a nation so proud of someone, and especially a nation that's pretty underrepresented in this sport, I think is pretty cool to see, Gauff said. I think that's something that, you can't buy. So yeah, I definitely see why people want to root for her. And I root for her even when I'm not playing her, of course. Dubai was the last stop in Eala's Middle East tour after she competed in the Abu Dhabi Open and Qatar Open this month. Despite not reaching the semi-final, Eala still had a great run as she defeated players who are ranked higher. Eala got past world number 39 Hailey Baptiste of the United States, 6-4, 0-1, in the round of 64 after the latter retired after she felt pain in her abdomen. She then pulled off a stunner over world number 8 Jasmine Paolini of Italy, 6-1, 7-6, in the round of 32 as she drew energy from the massive Filipino crowd. Eala kept on winning after a 7-5, 6-4 victory over Sorana Cersti of Romania in the last 16 to set up the match against Gauff. Eala's journey isn't done as she earned a direct slot to the Miami Open on March 17, the same competition where she introduced herself last year. She is also set to make her debut in the BNP Paribas Open on March 3 in California, which is considered by many as the 5th Grand Slam. 3 weeks of fighting with love and pride has come to an end here in Dubai, Eala said on her social media account. The atmosphere, the hospitality, and the full-blown support has made these weeks ones I'll never forget. Thank you. Take a bow, Alex. Eala goes down, Vows better showing. Under the white blaze of stadium lights and the restless hum of expectation, there are moments in sport when victory is not the only measure of greatness. Sometimes, the truest measure is how an athlete stands when the scoreboard refuses to smile back. On a night when the final point slipped from her grasp, Eala stood tall, shoulders squared, chin lifted, eyes reflecting both heartbreak and hunger. She did not leave the court diminished. She left it determined. Take a bow, Alex, the crowd seemed to whisper, not in celebration of a trophy hoisted high, but in recognition of courage laid bare. Eala has long been a symbol of promise. From her early years wielding a racket larger than her arms to her rise on the international stage, she has carried more than just a nation's hopes. She has carried the quiet resolve of someone who knows that mastery is carved through setbacks. Tennis, after all, is a sport of fine margins. A split-second hesitation, a ball that kisses the net cord, a serve that lands a whisper long, these are the fragile fault lines between triumph and defeat. On this particular day, the margins did not tilt her way. The match unfolded like a taut violin string, every rally vibrating with tension. Eala's forehand cracked across the baseline with familiar authority, her footwork dancing across the hard court in precise arcs. She chased down impossible shots, turned defense into offense, and met her opponent's power with poise. There were flashes of brilliance that reminded everyone why she is regarded as one of the brightest stars in Philippine tennis. Yet brilliance alone does not guarantee victory. Her opponent, equally hungry, equally relentless, found answers in the decisive moments. Break points slipped away. A tiebreak tightened like a fist. And when the final ball sailed beyond Eala's reach, the scoreboard declared what the heart resisted. She had gone down. Defeat in tennis is intimate. There are no teammates to absorb the blow, no huddle to soften the sting. The player walks alone to the net, offers a handshake, and confronts the reality in solitude. For a fleeting second, disappointment flickered across Eala's face. It was human, unguarded, real. But then something shifted. She turned toward the stands and acknowledged the applause, not with forced bravado, but with gratitude. She knew that sport is not merely about winning. It is about the story told in every swing, every sprint, every refusal to surrender. In that acknowledgement, she transformed loss into a promise. After the match, her words carried weight. She did not blame the wind, the officiating, or fate. Instead, she spoke of lessons, of areas to sharpen, of serves to strengthen and mental edges to hone. She vowed a better showing next time, not as a hollow declaration, but as a blueprint for growth. This is the quiet alchemy of champions, the ability to transmute defeat into fuel. For Filipino fans watching from afar, some huddled around screens in living rooms, others tracking scores on glowing phones in the early hours, the loss was bittersweet. They have followed Eala's journey from junior triumphs to professional challenges, celebrating her milestones and weathering her growing pains. Each match feels personal because she carries their flag stitched invisibly into her spirit. But perhaps this loss is part of a larger tapestry. Great careers are rarely linear. Even legends have stumbled before they soared. The path upward twists through valleys of doubt and plateaus of frustration. What separates the enduring from the ephemeral is resilience, the stubborn insistence on rising again. Eala's vow of a better showing is more than an athlete's routine promise. It is a declaration of intent. It is a recognition that talent must be matched with tenacity. That potential must be refined through repetition. That every missed shot is a teacher in disguise. In the hours after the match, analysis dissected her performance. Commentators debated strategy. Fans replayed crucial points. But amid the noise, one truth stood clear: she competed with heart. And heart, when coupled with discipline, is a formidable force. There is something poetic about the phrase, "take a bow." It suggests a performance worthy of acknowledgement, regardless of the outcome. On that court, Eala delivered such a performance. She stretched the contest to its limits. She forced her opponent to earn every point. She refused to capitulate when momentum wavered. And in doing so, she reminded everyone that sport's beauty lies not solely in victory, but in valor. The road ahead will not be easier. Professional tennis is a relentless carousel of travel, training, and trials. Surfaces change. Opponents evolve. Rankings fluctuate. Confidence ebbs and flows. To vow improvement is one thing. To enact it demands sweat in unseen hours, early morning drills, video analysis sessions, strength training under weary muscles.